Monday. Happy Monday, Deb. Happy Monday, everyone.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody.
I hope you all had a great holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. That was all the 25th this year. How cool is that?
That's amazing.
Everyone's holiday. Yeah, I know that like never happens. There's always one that's different. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. I think I read that Hanukkah and Christmas on the same days, like it's been like 31 years or something like that. So it's a long time.
Yeah, it's kind of rare. It's pretty cool. And now we're heading into New Year's. So it's about to be a brand new year.
I just can't believe
feels funny to hear people say see you next year, but it's like a few days from now.
Yeah, it'll just be right around the corner. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah.
Awesome.
It came fast, didn't it?
This year was really, really quick for me.
Yeah.
It was just a blink. And I was just like, where did it go?
A flash. And it was gone. So
yeah. It's going to be just as fast paced. I mean, it's going to be a lot of beads. I know that for sure.
The more beads, the faster it goes, right?
Right. Yep. Exactly. So we've got a giveaway today, guys. We've got the hashtag is #DebLoves, and you can find your Instagram is @DebLovesJewelry.
It's at Deb Loves Designs.
Deb Loves Designs, and your Facebook is at Deb Loves Jewelry. It's right in the description because I checked. I actually like.
There's so many variations of it. I'm sorry.
I knew it was one or the other, so that's why I was double checking. But if you're looking for, already Colleen has posted it. So if you guys are looking to go and follow her, and you have a YouTube channel too.
Yes.
So definitely got to follow Deb's YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I just hit 1,000 like little over a month ago now. That was pretty exciting. It just kind of happens after, you push and push and push on it. Eventually it happens, but I got a long way to go to get to, Danielle Wick standards. So I gotta start hustling with the videos.
What I found though is that you go from 1,000 to the next one's like really fast, but that first 1,000, that takes the longest.
Yeah.
I think once you get that critical mass, people discover you, and then it's just like, So,
it's fun. Got to keep at it.
Yeah. Super cool. And so you have a cool idea today that I thought was so amazing. And a lot of the beads you are using are from artbeads.com. And so I ran through my stash, and I actually have a bunch of stuff that I know are, at least I got from them, or is probably still available on their website. I have some OG tubes here from like way back, but I checked and they're still being made. They're famous beads that everyone loves. And so I thought, let's do a Art Beads gift card today for our giveaway. So to enter, you just want to do #DebLoves, and we'll do a drawing at the end of our design beading party.
Yeah, that's great. That'll be fun for people. Lots of stuff on sale right now.
There's a gift of shopping. It's so awesome. Yeah. So any announcements, stuff you got coming up you want folks to know about before we jump in?
Just my regular shows on Monday mornings. I'm on at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern. And I'm also going to be doing the Soft Flex and Jesse James Beads Galentine's Day party on February 14th. So it'll actually be on Valentine's Day.
That's amazing.
Super excited about that. That's going to be a fun little event. So looking forward to that. And there's a few things after that, but those are the immediate things that are coming up.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And so that's February 14th. I had a note actually to ask you that because we were talking about that Saturday. You and Jennifer are part of the presentation for that. And so she was saying, well, I wonder what date that was. And I'm like, I bet Deb will know. I'll ask her Monday.
Yes.
Yeah. February 14th.
And Tucson is coming up in about a month. So I've got my to-do list, my shopping list, my who's who list, and I'm ready. I mean, it's going to come so fast.
Yeah. And that's one of those weeks that flies by.
Yes.
You just
Yes.
blink and you meet all these people and see everyone again, and then it's just like over, and you're like, oh, it's the real day of Christmas for Beading, the day after Tucson.
Yeah, it's a very sad day when you drive out of, sort of onto I-10 and out of the, off to the airport if you're flying or back on the road again. Yeah, it's kind of a sad day when it ends, but so much excitement in
Yeah.
anticipation of it. So I'm
And then
looking
we always have a bit of bead loot to console us when we get back. So
for that. A little
yeah,
bit, a little
just a
bit,
little.
or a lot.
So cool.
Yes.
Well, so what you know what I could do is I know you need to set up your camera. I can bring my screen on
Sure.
and show people what I think I'm going to be working with based on your
Okay.
design, and they can be surprised when they see your design.
Right. Very good.
We make this the big one. So we're thinking, well, I was thinking of a more like a bright palette because it's starting to become so wintry here. But then, of course, I'm earth tones. So I pulled out, again, another colorway that's earth tones. I couldn't help it.
Shocking.
I know, right? And I noticed on your designs, variations and things you can use are, it looked like you were using a half Tila for in place of what I've got here, which are bars, like little bar tubes.
Yeah, I've actually got variations with Tila's. I'll show you, but I've got you can do really any two-hole bead and any bugle and any seed bead, really.
Awesome. So if I went with some bugles in any size, some
Yep.
11 seed beads, and then I grabbed these 2-hole bar beads because I've never
Yep.
had an idea for them, and I thought, oh my gosh, this will work for that because that would be so cool. And I just grabbed colors, and then I found these copper, and I was looking at
Ooh,
this bright. Oh my goodness, look at that one.
so pretty. Love that. Oh, that's so delicious.
So something magical is going to happen on my mat today.
I have no doubt.
It looks like yours is ready. So let me bring
Yeah.
the screen back here, and I'm going to make yours the big screen. Oh, wait.
All right.
Well,
Maybe. Possibly. So I'm calling this a column earring or a column link. And I'll show you, these were the first ones I made. And oh, I hope my camera, there we go. So
Perfect.
these are actually SuperDuos. And then I've got some twisted bugles. So twisted, like sometimes you'll see the
Oh,
bugle actually has a twisted pattern on it. And then these are 15-0 seed beads. And this is just done with thread. And when the link is created, you can just drop it onto an ear wire. Or you can create links and make a bracelet. So
cool. Look at that.
So this, I used, so this one was with bar beads. So
Oh yeah, so
little,
that's where I got the idea for Barbies is from you.
yes, I think I actually showed you these links as one of the options. And this is, these are all art beads, bar beads and bugles. And these bugles are a matte and they are super cool. And then I've got some 15-0s here too. I really like the 15-0s with this technique because they're just a little pop of something, but you can certainly use 11s. You can use whatever you want. This one is with Tilas. So I've got some half Tilas and some 15-0s. And then these are some really cool old, I think they're vintage-ish bugles. And they're kind of a purple. And then we've got the iridescent Tilas. So the bugle and Tila combo here is really interesting. And also some 15-0 seed beads.
Oh,
So that's a variation. And like I said, any two-hole bead. Here are some two-hole lentils. in kind of an etched check. So they're kind of blackish. And then these kind of iridescent little bugles, kind of in a pinkish orangish tone, and some gunmetal seed beads. And I think these are also 15Os. So 2 whole beads, bugles, seed beads, and you can do any variation on the pattern, any combination of these things. And I think they're kind of magical. Like, I think they're really fun.
I can't wait to see how you make them. They're so cool.
They're
And
so
then,
easy. So easy.
yeah, they look like they're approachable even for beginner.
Well, I still consider myself, from a seed beading standpoint, I consider myself a beginner still. But that's one thing I've been working on throughout the course of the year, is trying to hone my seed beading skills, my, working with smaller bead skills. And so if I can do it, beginners can most certainly do it. So this is a very beginner friendly project. So I've got Fireline. This is a 6-pound Fireline. And I don't know, I probably should have used a darker shade on my bead mat here, but I've got about, I don't know, a little shy of 2 feet, probably more than I need, but I like to have a little bit extra because I feel more comfortable when I've got a little bit more thread. It just makes me feel like I've got something to hold on to.
Yeah, for sure. I think that works. I think that looks good. I can still see the thread too.
Good. Okay. So I'm going to hopefully be able to thread my needle on camera, maybe. Yes. Okay. Now, what I've got picked out for this one is another kind of super cool iridescent tila. And this is a full tila. And I'm sorry, I'm really struggling with the camera today. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's late afternoon. So I've got a full tila. And then these are also vintage-ish bugles. So kind of a yellow gold-ish color. And then these are kind of a burgundy seed bead, and these are a size 11 seed bead. So I thought maybe that might be a little easier to see. And then I also mixed in some 15. So we're going to use 2 different sizes of seed beads. So I just thought I'd give you guys lots of different examples and different ways of putting these together. And then you can just kind of take off and do your own thing. Try these out. This is what this one comes out to look like. So you can,
that's so nice. Look at that.
so I've got a tila with a bugle kind of in the center of this one, whereas this one here, well, I guess this one has bugles in the center too, but you could do tilas in the center and bugles at the ends. I mean, there's just endless different ways that you can do this. I think this looks very Art Deco.
Oh yeah, for sure. That is
Very
neat.
Art Deco. So this really is super simple, and maybe folks that are more versed in seed bead work might find that they've got a better way to actually put it together. But I'm going to go through the tila, and then I'm going to put a 15-0 on, an 11-0 on, and a 15-0 on, and I'm just going to put them right onto the needle and kind of hold on to those guys with my fingers. And then I'm going to take one of my bugles and put that on the needle. And that's what we're looking like so far. And then another 15-0. And you can pick these up off your mat if you're more comfortable doing that. Since I put everything in a little dish here, I can pick them up with my fingers. And I'm kind of using the 15 O's as my continuity bead, just kind of going and creating the spaces between all of the pieces and parts. And then putting on another tila. So that's the main pattern. And then at the ends of each tila, we're going to have 5 15 O's. So just going to use my fingers to put those on. And I'm just putting the ones at this end first. So the far end of my needle first. And then I'm going to pull this down. And I don't tie, oh, and as I just said, I don't tie a knot. I should have tied a knot.
Oh,
Let
is
me
it
do
not
this.
there?
I didn't tie a knot.
I
And
did a loop for mine, but I don't know if that's the right way.
What did you do?
I kind of made like a circle. Went in a circle to kind of tie to lock it in, sort of. But I can still like tighten it and stuff.
Like a stopper kind of thing?
Yeah, well, more like kind of like a square stitch. Here, I'll show you really quick. It's
Yeah, show me.
the spring that one. So I did kind of like a square stitch where I just I think I'm going rogue.
Maybe a little bit rogue.
I went in a circle like that, and then I started to the next one and went a circle. I don't know why that happened, but I just started doing that.
Well, I'm going to be going, so I've got mine back on, and I'm just holding on to my thread. That somebody might feel less secure about not having a knot, but
Yeah.
I do work without a knot. And what I do next is start to get this thing secured. So I'm going to go back down the other side of that tila, holding on to the other end of my thread. And I'm creating a little loop. And I actually try to create a little point there. But you can have it be more curvy if you like. Actually, I'm going to put these out on my mat. Just dump everything out. Then all we're going to do is replicate the same pattern going down the other side. So you've got, kind of two sides of this piece. And I need my bugle next. And then just creating that same pattern of beads. And then let me pull that down to make sure I got everything in the right spot. So this, because I'm still somewhat of a beginner of a seed beater, I know I drive people probably like you, Danielle, crazy because of the way I do things.
No, not at all.
But I'm going to go back down through that second tila, and I've got hold of both of my ends of my thread. And it's a little loosey-goosey at this point. And then I'm going to add 5 more of my 15 O's. So 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to go back down the tila. So I'm kind of making another loop. I'm coming out of one side of the tila, and I'm going to go back down the other. And I'm just going to go up a few beads just to get everything kind of in place to show you what that looks like. So there we are. We've got our little link. And then I just want to get this all, tight and secure. So I got to go back up all of those other beads. And tension is challenging for this kind of thing, at least for me. And I think that's really kind of one of the biggest challenges with any seed bead work is getting that tension just right.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And being
was asking, would a stop bead work until you get back to the starting point?
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. I think I did that for kind of the first couple of pairs, but I kind of like to hold on to that thread. I don't know why. It's like a little security blanket, and it helps me to kind of pull both
Yeah,
directions
to
to
tighten
get
it.
it, yeah, to get it tightened up. And so
That's
I'm
how
going
I
to
like
go,
it too, yeah. We are
so,
the same.
so I'm going to keep going around, and I'm just going to go around this piece a few times, like maybe 2 times. There we go. I'm just going to get myself situated again. And I kind of like to go up through my loop in a way that I can pull out that little point. So to make that, gosh, I'm struggling with the camera today. To get that little point at the end of that seed, those 5 seed beads there. I don't know why it matters, probably doesn't, but for me, I feel like if I go through them separately, or at least through the top one separately, it can come to a point a little easier.
Oh, yeah. It's so pretty.
And another thing, whenever you're using bugles, I find that bugles have a tendency to be a little uneven in how they're cut. So
Oh,
just,
yeah.
I mean, you've probably seen that. Just be aware when you're picking the bugles that you're going to put onto your piece, that you check the sizing of the two of them. Make sure they're as similar as they can be, because they can be a little bit uneven, and then your piece is just going to be a little uneven. And I think I've actually got one of my earring pieces a little uneven because of that. But it's okay. They're not. No examiner is going to come up and say, "Let me examine your bugles and see if they're in alignment." No one's going to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if there is somebody that does that, please let me know so I can be on the lookout for them coming our way.
Yeah. Oh, I think no, most of us seed beaters I feel like we're a pretty friendly group, like, we're just like, "Yeah." We're only critical of our own work. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like that. I just
Yes, I think there's great a lot of really great people out there that do this kind of work, and they're all very willing to help you to
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what we're looking like here. This one also has a really cool deco vibe, really cool look. So I've gone around, and I'm gonna go up through this little loop. I can get in here. Go up through this seed bead loop up top, through 2, and then go through that center one. And then I'm just going to go to the edge of my tila. And then, because I've got a little bit of thread here in this spot, I'm going to tie a knot here. So I'm going to try and go through that thread bridge, even though it's somewhat small. There is one there. And there we go. And then I'm just going to tie my first knot there. Right. So it should fall right between your little seed bead loop and your first tila there. So,
Awesome. That's so cool.
and then I'm going to grab my thread burner, and I'm just going to cut that guy off. Do you use a thread burner, Danielle?
I love my thread burner. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
I can't remember if I've seen
Yes,
you do
yes.
that, or if I've just blocked that out for some reason.
Well, I think I use it a lot more now because you just show whatever tool I want, you know?
Yes. I get it.
But I definitely have a strong love for thread burners, for sure.
Yes. I adore that as a tool. So I just threaded on my tail, or the other end of my thread, onto my needle after I burned the other side off, and I'm just going to do the same thing and go through these beads and get to our connection point with that tila. And then I'm going to find that thread bridge and try and get myself a knot right there. This is a little tricky for me, but I made a bunch more links today for that bracelet, and I thought that'll give me plenty of practice. And you can actually go down through a few of your beads if you want. I know some folks want to go through, go back through beads to secure their work. I don't know that you have to do a lot. If you're going to wear these as earrings, I don't think you have to do a whole lot. So I just went back down through a few beads here. And then,
Ooh.
and I'm going to take my thread burner and get that extra cut off. And then you've got a fun little beaded link. And like, I can totally see this, just like my bracelet, creating a bunch of these links and making this one into a bracelet. It's got more gold in it if you like that gold look.
It's so inspiring. You've just given me so many ideas.
You want me to make another one, Danielle? Do we have time to do another?
Oh yeah, no, we're doing great on time.
Okay, so I picked out some other goodies. So I just need to see if I can clean up the beads I've got going here. And we'll try a different version. And I'm going to use a different 2-hole shape and a bigger bugle. So I've got quite the bugle collection going. I was showing Danielle my hoard of bugles earlier. So I think these are pretty vintage.
Oh, wow.
They're bigger and they're a little chunkier. So I thought this would be kind of fun. Maybe grab a few of these. They're also kind of a silvery look. And then I thought these would be fun. So I love these 2-hole lentils.
I like those too. Those are a really fun bead.
So I thought,
it's like she thinks she'll connect the links with chainmail. That's a cool idea.
Oh, that's a great idea. I love that idea. So I've got those. And then I think what I'm going to do is add some 15s, some Toho 15s. Let me find another little dish here. I'll just put it on the mat. So I like this. This is almost it's a nickel shade. So we've got kind of a, I don't know, a silvery vibe going, but I mean, that combination of beads, I mean, you just have endless options, just endless. So I'm gonna try.
I pulled in a surprise bead. I'll show you later that I didn't know I was gonna love, but then like I just thought about it and I'm like, hang on.
I am gonna love this.
Yeah, you inspired me with the idea of the bottom of the earring.
Oh,
when
okay.
You did the earring with the seed beads.
Yep.
I did something.
Oh, well, I can't wait to see that. So I think I've been ending with 2-hole beads. I think I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna start with 5 seed beads. I like the size of that as a loop. And then I'm gonna put my bugle on. And then I'm gonna grab a seed bead and a lentil and another seed bead. And then I think I'm going to add another bugle. So this is going to be kind of a different pattern. And I've got my old scrap there. So that's kind of what that's looking like.
Oh, cool.
And then I think I'm just going to do seed beads here. And I just want to see how this might look. This is a little bit of a different pattern, but I think this will be kind of interesting. So I'll need to add my bugle and another seed bead. And then I'm going to go back down through the other hole of my 2-hole bead, holding on to the end of my, ooh, oh, I like that. I really like that.
That's cool.
Okay. See
Yeah,
now,
she's joining in now. So we're inspiring people to get their beads out.
and I know you guys, any of you that have been beading for a while probably have some bugle beads stashed. I'm thinking you got some bugle beads stashed somewhere and you've been thinking about tossing them because you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do with these things. I don't know if I even want to keep them. But look what you can do. This is so fun.
That's so cute. Look at that.
So I'm going to go back through all of those seed beads I started with. And here's where I'm going to start going down the other side. And I'm just going to get myself through that second bugle. I'm going to hold on to this and I'm going to pull that. So this one's a little more wobbly, but we're going to get that all secured. Oh, I like how this has a little bit of like a space age kind of look to it. It's kind of spacey, which I kind of like.
Yeah, bugles are going to be popular this year. I agree 100%. And everyone's saying how much they love bugles and that they've got them. And
get them out. Get those bugles out.
I love a design where I can immediately go and stash dive and get started.
Yes. And that's really what I wanted to kind of hit home with people on is like, if you've got some bugles and you've got some 2-hole beads and you got some seed beads, like you have a ton of options. And probably most of you have a lot of all of those. So you could just start pulling out all the options and just playing around and you've got something really fun to do. And I think they are fun to make.
They're so cool. And they're so quick too. I'm on to my number 2 now.
I mean, you could probably make like 50 of these in an hour, Danielle. I'm thinking.
I would have to get going like factory style with it because right now I'm still playing. And so
yeah.
I spent 20 minutes on my first one and I don't have a pair yet.
Well, maybe you just want to keep trying out some different options before you commit to a pair.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I definitely agree 100%. Need to have like a couple of things on the mat go in and
decide.
And then I'll have linear wonders so I can wear 2 different.
Hey, I like a good asymmetrical look too.
Me too. Yeah, that's always so fun.
So let's see. I just gotta get myself. So I'm gonna go back up through. So I'm just reinforcing and getting this all together here. And you guys might have, oh, and I got my tail all in there. You guys might have even a different thought process on how you want the end to be. I kind of wanted the end to be a loop so that I could add it to an ear wire because I originally only thought of this as an earring, and then in the bracelet idea started to come together. So you might have a different idea of how you want to get the end done. Totally.
Oh, yeah, a bracelet would be the same concept. You would just make it longer, right? And just keep going or link them together like you did.
Yeah, I started creating links. So I felt like, well, I'm just going to finish it as links and not try and attach it. But certainly there's got to be a way to put these, put it all together without creating the links. So I've almost got.
Actually, maybe I need a bracelet.
Well, I'm guessing that you probably have a vision already for a bracelet.
Maybe an untested one. So
So mine this is a little wonkier, admittedly, a little wonkier to work with. The 2-hole beads, if you have them kind of at different places in this design or in this kind of technique, it's creating some stability.
Yeah, for sure.
This one wants to move around quite a bit. So I used a smaller piece of thread here. So I've not got as much to work with to go back around, but I think I am going to try and get some knots in here and just tighten that up. But look at that, is super fun.
So cool. Yes, and I did see the Caroline the Beautiful bracelet that Kate did. Oh my gosh, I loved that one. On beadshop.com, Kate did a bugle bracelet just this past week. So
oh, she did?
Yeah, so that just goes to show you guys, bugles, like you said, 100% in for 2025.
I've been really into them now for a good, I don't know, a couple of months. They've been kind of my one of my favorite beads to work with. I did a really fun earring project for Art Beads. Actually, it started with a project I did for Starman, and then I ended up doing the same project on my show on Art Beads. And so I'm really crazy. I did those with bugles, and I really like how that project came out. And then I think I did another project with them. And then when we met last, I added some bugles to the earrings, one of the earring pairs that I made when
that was so incredible. I mean, that was the most fun. I had so much fun on that live with you. That was so cool.
I had a great time too. That was a fun time. So, okay. So I've got one tail on one end and one tail on the other. I'm going to try and tie a knot here. I didn't use quite enough thread here, but that's okay. For demonstration purposes, you guys will get the picture of how this works and how you can just play with these fun pieces and parts and make yourself a really fun little link.
So cool. Thank you, Cecilia. I appreciate you. Thank you. And then Kimberly says that also Thunder Horse Descendant did a bracelet with bugles that came in the Softflex kit. I didn't know they had a bugle in that last kit.
Yes, they did, and that actually got me all excited. And the video that I posted a video with the kit. I did not end up using the bugles, but when I saw them, I'm like, oh my God, bugles! I love them. They're like a yellow gold bugle, and they're kind of a shorter bugle, and they're really cool. So if you've got that kit, you've already got some bugles to work with. So
that's so cool.
So I'm just going to tighten this side up a little bit, go back through and go back down here. I want to just get this tightened up just a little bit more. So I've got my other end of my thread now, and I'm just going to get that in so I can secure this side a little bit. And this is always the hardest part for me. Once you've got a few passes,
going back through it, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of one of the one of the seed beading challenges I have for sure.
And Colleen says she's got the kit too from Softflex. So yeah. But she hasn't used them yet, but you will, I bet. Now that you've seen this idea, for sure. This idea has given me like 5 other ideas too. That's the best thing about beading is once you sit down and you start playing, just get so many great ideas.
Yeah, the project I did with that kit, I made little bow ties out of the crystals that were in that kit. And I don't know how I ended up doing that. It was like I started opening stuff up and playing around with the Softflex, and then next thing I knew, I had a little bow tie. So that's what I made, some little bow tie earrings. So that was fun too. Really fun to do.
Question from Barbara. What about the bar beads? Yeah, so the bar beads I'm playing with those currently, and Deb has done a sample with them, and you can use those in place of the 2-hole bead. I think in the design that Deb has now, she's used a lentil.
Yep.
And so, but any 2-hole bead will work, right? Like any.
Yeah. I'll show the bar bead in just 1 second here. Yeah, I mean, these little 2-hole beads, if you've got checkmates or any of the little 2-hole beads, here's this guy. So that one's all finished. That one has kind of a spacey look to it, but really elegant, maybe still a little bit Art Deco. And then let me find the ones I did with the bar beads. This is what I did with the bar beads. So I've got some bar beads, 2 of them at each end of my bugle. So they're all connected here on my bracelet, but I've got 2 bars with seed beads in between, and then kind of the center of each link is our bugle. So you can use lentils, you can use tilas. So that's what we did with the first one. What did I do with my tilas? So, the tilas are a nice shape to work with. They're nice and flat. But these are just, these are round, and they're going to be, a little round shape in the center, at least if you do it the way I did it.
It does look like chain. Yeah, it so does.
Oh my gosh, I never thought of it that way, but yeah, I could have kept going and made a whole necklace of this.
Oh wow, yeah, that's such a great idea. Caroline says a wide bracelet too. Those look like dragonflies. That's
Yeah. Yeah. So there's just endless possibilities. And I did use some these are actually, I thought these were SuperDuos, but no, these are like a brick bead.
Oh, I was wondering about those. Yeah.
I started to use SuperDuos, but these are, I think, bricks.
Oh, thanks, Cecilia.
So those are kind of the same look as these. They're just a slightly different shape. And then these guys, these are those half tilas. So you've got, different variations, but each one looks so different, not just because of the pattern, but because of the beads you select.
Yes, exactly. You can make so many different looks with almost the same like stitch path too.
Yeah, these were all, the same exact way of making them. Just, I put them on the thread and just go around and just get them all connected up. And these are with the 2-hole lentils too. These are some etched ones that kind of almost look like lava beads in a way. And I loved the contrast of the dark and the, really colorful, like pink color. So this will look really cool, as you could actually just use this as a focal for a bracelet and attach chain to it, or do some other kind of seed bead work and just make this the focal. of your bracelet, and it does look like a little bit of a dragonfly. It has a little bit of a dragonfly effect.
Oh, it's so cute.
I really like this one. I really like it. Danielle, I got to see what you got cooking. I got to see it.
I just started going crazy. I had so many ideas hitting me all at once, and I put together one earring, and then I jumped right to a bracelet that's in progress.
So not revealable yet?
You can see it. It's not done yet, but here it is. So
Oh my gosh.
I started with an earring, and I went
Ooh.
and grabbed I found these. They were in with my bugles, and I'm like, hang on, that's beautiful. And so
Ooh.
I added these little drops at the bottom,
I love a good drop.
and I made them a
I
little
love
longer. And so once I pop my ear wire here at the top, it will be a super cute earring. I just need to make its pair.
Yeah. See, and I went shorter because I think I always make long earrings, and I think a lot of people don't like long earrings, but I like long earrings, so I went a little shorter with mine. So I'm so glad you went longer.
Yeah, I decided to go longer on this one. Let me measure it for you because I was feeling like, well, my earrings tend to disappear on me, like where I don't really see them. And so these are from ear wire to the bottom about 3 inches or so. The
I like
beaded
that.
part is about 2.5. Yeah. And
I
so
like
all I
that.
used was, I'm using bar beads, and this is French beige matte. And then I'm using this beautiful color, which is a Toho black diamond rainbow.
Ooh, black diamond.
I love black diamond. That's one of my
Me.
things I love together. I switched to that one, but then I still kept out these because I thought I love raku. Anything raku is just, it's got my heart. It's so pretty. So I used, those are 9mm, and these are, I'm just looking for the measurement really quick. They're tiny. These look like to me,
Like a 3?
yeah. Just measuring the length. Is that how you do it?
Yeah, with the bugles. Those look like maybe 3s. I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't tell.
Compared to these, because these look definitely like a 9mm bead to me, for sure. Like it
Yes, yes.
would be the diameter going across the bead.
Yeah.
And then that definitely looks to be about 3mm. Could be, I mean, I guess it could be 4, but I could be wrong.
I
But I
think
think
it's like 3.
actually, like, it does, oh, it's a bugle number 1. There we go.
Okay.
Means as well. I should get up in my lingo on that because I don't actually know I don't know what the sizes mean. So, but yeah, I feel like you could use any, any kind of like size would be great. And the drops are 3.4 Miyuki drops. So I'm mixing up the Toho and Miyukis and just got my check bars here.
See, we can all get along, right?
And this design, they play really nice together. And then this is a bracelet. It's going to become a bracelet. I had done some reinforcing here at the clasp.
Ooh.
And then I'm just going to come back and fill it in. And so I'm just going to, and I switched to 11.0 here because I didn't have the exact color I wanted in the 15s. I really wanted to use this Catalina and this maroon. And
That
so let's
color
go through and I'm debating reinforcing it. So one of the things that I sometimes do with seed beading projects like this is from this step right here, if I don't mind being able to see the thread on the side of the bar, so maybe I should be working with if I was working with a lighter color thread, it really wouldn't be a big deal to just go, every time you add a segment, you square stitch back. So let me just tighten that up one more time. And then you can use your bar to turn. And every time you add a new one, just go from there. Hopefully I didn't. Yeah. There we go. So in my case right now, you're going to see my thread against the bar, but I feel like that's okay, right?
There's a design that I do quite often where if I do like a beaded bead, you can see the thread in, where you do this, the start of the piece where you make the transition to the other row with a
Yes.
2-hole bead. And I'm like, you know what? Nobody's going to be that close to this. The bead examiner is not going to show up and say you can't, right?
Exactly. And that's how I was feeling about it. And especially if I went to crystal for the next one I make, I'll just switch to crystal. And I
Yeah.
think Mary had popped a comment up. Oh, hey, Becky. She said, number 1 is 3 millimeter. Thank you, Mary. And number 2 is going to be either 4 or 4.5, probably 4.5. That makes sense.
Yeah. I think if I remember right, that's when I was trying to pick out beads for a project. I learned that the smaller ones were like 3 millimeter typically.
Yeah. And I think those are my favorite, especially one of the things I love to do with a bugle. It's just coming back to me now, all the stuff I used to love doing. It wasn't my own patterns. Those patterns I learned from other designers, but I used to love ladder stitching. And I feel like that's kind of what Kate was doing this week.
Yeah.
With the ladder stitching of the bugles together.
That was my earring design that I did. I don't know how, I guess it was
That's
months
right.
back, was a ladder stitch, which I learned a ladder stitch bracelet back, I don't know, in like 2008. And it was like one of my first like seed bead type projects that I ever did. And I think that's why I love, bugles so much, is that's how I kind of started playing around with seed beads and bugle beads and, smaller beads. So I have an affection for ladder stitch too.
So it brings you joy. So I think that's definitely true for me too. With some of my favorite beads are the ones I picked up first. And so
Yeah.
I still really love cube beads and those little kind of like 8-sided beads, I think. 6 or 8-sided. They're like a seed bead, but I think they're called hex cut beads.
Yeah.
I love those beads because they're one of the first ones I did a herringbone stitch bracelet with. And so to this day, I have a soft spot for hex beads and cubes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm going to finish that. I'm just going to do what's essentially a square stitch back through.
I absolutely love the color combination. I mean, it's fantastic.
Thank you.
So cool. And how fast you did that.
Like, what if oh my gosh, I wish we could hang out for like so long because I want to do another one with I want to pull those drops back in and do them in here, kind of like adding little drops, right?
Yeah.
Happy to have a little drop somewhere along. It would have to be done symmetrically, or you would get a wave. What about a wave? Like, so if you had a shorter length here and a longer length here, and then you alternated that every time, you would get a little zigzag.
Ooh, yeah.
It would be so fun. We got to play with this. We definitely need to.
I can show you too, Danielle, my earring design with the bugles and there's drops in these too. If you want to see these too, I can show those really quick so people can see.
When you bring it up. And Becky says she's definitely making some 2-hole bead bracelets tonight. Yep. That's definitely what I'm going to be doing tonight too. Let's see. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Wow. Look at that.
So these are just a ladder stitch. These are a little bit smaller. These are a little bit bigger, and these have the twisted glass bugles in the center. But I used demi rounds instead of round seed beads, and I just did a ladder stitch, added little demi round, a little drop, a demi round, and just kind of went back up through. And I created the loop up top for the attachment of the ear wire, and then just one little drop at the bottom. But you could do all drops at the bottom or a combination of drops. So, I mean, there's just so many ways that you can create with bugles. And I've been obsessed. This was the start of the latest obsession with them.
Oh, I can see why. Those are so.
I think I have 5 or 6 pairs of those.
I think so. I think the drops you're using are the Toho Magatama.
Yes, they are. They are. And
Okay.
I picked those up from Art Beads to make those. Those were all my first pair. I did a monochromatic pair, which I had
Oh,
fun
yeah.
doing. They were just all the same bead color. So the bugles and the megatamas and the seed beads, all the same color. So they were a really interesting,
Wow.
fun project.
I need to
So
do that. The seed bead size in that design you said was 11.
they're they're demi rounds, and I think they're 11s.
Ooh, okay. So you combined a demi round with the Magatama.
Yeah, with the megatama.
I just dropped that. I was going to show the difference because the Magatama are interesting, the Toho ones. There's also a Miyuki Magatama, and that's totally different bead. So I often get thrown off
Yes.
for that. But so that's a, hang on, that was a little deformed there. So that's the Magatama, and that is a 3 mm bead. And
Yeah.
this is the Miyuki drop,
Yeah.
and that is a 3.4 mm bead.
Very
If you look
different.
up Magatama on the web, sometimes it'll take you to another bead that looks like this. So this is a Miyuki Magatama. I wonder if I have it in the same finish to make it a little more easy to see. But so those are really different.
Yes. Yes.
Isn't it crazy? It's like a way different color. Although that color, I'm feeling that color right now. I love that.
That color is fantastic.
Okay. I feel like I've got a raku I can even show you. Oh, I do. Hey.
Woo.
Well, I love the way Art Beads labels things because they give you the size.
Mhm.
They give you the brand. And if in the case of it having a color, like Miyuki gives it a number, they give you that number.
Yes.
Which is like, makes it so easy to get more if you need to. So there we
Yeah.
go, all next to each other.
The number
Drop.
matters.
And so there's Toho Magatama, Miyuki Magatama, and Miyuki Drop. In case anyone was looking for the info on that, I happen to have them, so I thought, hey, I'll hold them up.
Yeah. Because it really, like, you could pick up a drop and think it's, going to work with your project, but maybe because it's a little bit different, it won't. It won't
Right.
be exactly what you need for your piece. But again, like, you can play around, see what works, see what doesn't work. And maybe you come up with something really different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and Kimberly says she loves buying for companies that give that info. I love that too. I always appreciate it.
It's so
And
helpful.
Zandra saying she loves these ideas and she's going to try a bracelet. Oh, cool.
Yay, that's great. I'd love to see people make some things and try this project. It's just fun. Make some fun stuff.
Caroline's noticing my earrings. Yeah, these are the recent Silver Silk tutorial, the boho macrame fringe, and I made myself a pair of earrings with them. So I've been wearing them and enjoying, like, pretending it's summer when it's winter.
You like blew my mind with that project. Totally blew my mind.
I know you love a good macrame project.
I sure do. I'm gonna flip myself, Danielle.
Okay. Hey, Carl, do you want to do the giveaway? Yay! You guys, Colleen's doing the giveaway. And again, this is for an Art Beads gift card. So anything you saw us using today, you can go ahead and head over to Art Beads and get it.
Yeah, go get some bugles and get some seed beads, get some 2-hole beads.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm going to put on one of these pairs of earrings if I can find.
I'm going to try mine on too, actually. That's a really good point. Let's see.
I'm going to put on one of my sample.
Oh, I like this one. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. See, they do. I like long because you can actually see something moving around.
Yes.
Azaquena? Is it Azaquena? I hope I said it right, but congratulations.
Yay!
Art Beads gift card. I just need your email address where you'd like the card to go. and I will send it to you right after the show. And to send me your email, you can email me at danielle@daniellewicksjewelry.com, or you can find me through my shop or my website, daniellewicksjewelry.com. There's a contact form. So lots of ways. Oh, I love my earring. I'm so excited about my earring. It looks so really cool. I like
I
the way it
want to
hangs.
do longer ones now that you did the longer one. I definitely want to make longer ones because I do love a long earring.
I do too. I do too. That is really cool.
Here's
I need
these.
to finish the pair for this. This is going to be one that I wear a lot because this is really my jam. This is my style of earring for sure. Oh, yours are so pretty. Look at that.
It's just, I mean, this is just a fun project, and the options really are endless. The colors, the textures, the finishes, the shapes, the sizes. I mean, there's so much you can do with just a little concept of putting these together. So I think they're fun.
I think they're really awesome. They're so cool. Yeah, and so oh my gosh, so the stuff coming up for me on Saturday, so Saturday the 4th, I have Becky and Jennifer coming on to do a bracelet project with me that is a wrap bracelet. And we'll
Ooh.
surprise you guys. Well, it's on the thumbnail. You can get a sneak peek of it on the thumbnail, but it is definitely something unusual in the way that it's going to go like around a bunch of times. So we'll have some fun with that on Saturday the 4th. And then the 5th of January is the very first Silver Silky Sunday. So we're going to start doing Silver Silk Sundays. And our project, I want to make sure I've got the right side, is we're going to do crochet collar. I don't know how I wore a shirt that completely would hide it today, but I'm just feeling this color or something. He likes colors. Like he did a bunch. So he's got a blue and he's got a green, he's got an earth tone. But we're just gonna go crazy with crochet collars on knitted leather chain or pipe chain. You could do it on pipe chain too. And so that's coming up. Along with more fun stuff. Yeah.
I
I
love
think you guys are loving the macrame. If the crochet will be as loved, but because it's a kind of a I don't know how many people crochet. It's more common than I thought though, because like everyone I talk to says at least one in that group has done crochet. So
I know a lot of beaders that crochet or knit. I mean, one or the other, but crochet is, I think, still very popular.
it's fun. I've thought about doing little gift bags and maybe even doing a tutorial on like making a little gift bag. Would that be fun?
That's a great idea. Do it.
You should. And then I can see you doing a macrame one.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, everyone's wishing us a happy new year. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm wishing you all a great 2025 as well. And happy beading in 2025.
Yeah.
I know Deb and I will be back doing lots of beading together.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
many
Happy
projects.
New Year to everybody. And thank you for having me, Danielle.
Thank you. And they can catch you on, I believe it's, you said it's at 9 in the morning, 8 in the morning.
8 in the morning Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern at artbeads.com/live. So you can watch right from the website.
Oh, that's so cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys want to tune in for that. And so you can see more projects from Deb.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, I'll let you guys go for the evening. I'm having too much fun, but we'll be back. So until next time, have a great evening, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.